I searched for something that would captivate your hearts and your minds, something that would make you sit up and listen and pay attention and not be scrolling through Facebook or something while I'm talking. So I searched, I scrolled, I looked at so many different articles on various aspects of spiritualism. I especially focused on our pioneers because, like I said, this is a teaching church, and we try to incorporate the wisdom and facts of our pioneers as well. I looked for something that would have some importance, something that would make you sit up straighter and be so important that you have to get out your pen and pad and start to take notes, something that you don't want to forget. Things you needed to know, things you needed to hear today. Which article? I looked at so many. Which pioneer? I asked. Who could we learn from today? Well, of course, in my scrolling, I had some self-education, so maybe that was the blessing of that. But what had to be brought out today? Which concept or statement did we need to explore further? Oh, so much angst and misery I went through sitting at the computer. Why did it have to be so hard? Because believe me, I value your time coming here. I especially don't take that for granted that you made an effort to be here. So I try to bring something of importance that you walk out of here and take with you, and you might actually remember a day or two from now. Something that will make you appreciate what you did here today. Something that you can take with you throughout the week. Well, bottom line, I wasted a lot of time sitting there. Spirit laughed at me, gently of course, but I could hear them. But nonetheless, they waited patiently as I scrolled through and explored, as I searched. And lo and behold, all along as usual, the answer was right in front of me. They waited, probably tapping their fingers on the desk beside me, waiting for me to give in, as I really know I do need to. Pay attention, as I should be doing anyway, right? Well, here it is. And if they waited and then got my attention, then it obviously needed to be brought to your attention too. Sorry for the delay. I did read this, correcting the usual typos and mistakes to make it legible and literate enough to understand. So for some reason, all of us need to hear this today. What are you doing? They asked. Enough. Enough. This is not the way to us. Look about you. Who? What do you see? We are already here. We already believe and have the faith instilled to us by the God, the true life source. You are living it now. Don't be afraid of it. And don't be afraid to put us to the test. We are truly here for you. Haven't you learned by now to trust us? We want only one thing from you. Your true dedication. A dedication to a life of service. A dedication to a life of learning and practicing and still searching for more. We have all the answers to your questions, but you must first learn to give in to the trust. Never worry or fear us. Now, we must go on, they said. You have experienced loss once more. How do you go on? What have you learned from this? Where do you turn? Always turn toward the light, because the light holds the truth. You will find your answers here. We have your loved ones here with us right now as you speak, and we hold them dearly to our hearts as you once did. We value them and cherish them as you once did as well. That does not cease. But now, they will make themselves available to you to learn even more. Don't fear their presence. They came with us along our backs and shoulders. We guide them to you. They have feared you as much as you have feared them. But they know the way now. They have found their way to the light. And this is where you learn to trust, as they will guide you here as well when it is your time. They go on. They truly do. And they will develop and prosper and learn and prepare the way for you to come. They do not regret their time there, here on the earth, and they do not regret their leaving, because now they have seen what you all are striving for, the light. Know comfort. Be not weary of the life you have there without them, because they are still beside you. Trust us in that premise. You will see them again in the physical as you knew them. But they now are surrounded by the light of the Lord and have the flow about them. You will see someday. They have no pain, no fear. They don't dwell on the way they left your side. So much awaits them and you when it is your rightful turn. But now, as we lead you and walk alongside you on your spiritual path of growth and development, listen to us. Learn from us. Let us show you how we have been made whole and healed here. Do your deeds, work with others, grow with the love of the Lord to guide you daily. It will make it so much easier on you now that you have been awakened and enlightened by the One, the source of all life. Walk with us. We truly love you and want only the best for your highest development. This paves the way we all must walk until we meet again. Love from the One, the God. Take these words as I have been led to show you and teach you the way. The reason they present themselves to us today is to guide us, comfort us, and show us the possibilities of the Lord working in our lives, in our daily struggles. You have been blessed, more so than the others that do not have this faith, that have no knowing of the Lord God. You must live your lives along those courses. You have been awakened. Do not go back to the ignorance of the past. Guide others through your actions as well as your words. Some will listen, some will not. But for you on your daily paths, know that you do not walk alone. We are still beside you. Know the comfort of our closeness. Know that we care as you sometimes struggle. We will help all we can, but you do walk your way, your path. We love you and want the light to shine on you always. Trust in the good works of the Lord. So please take the basic premise that they've set forth here today for you to listen to. Trust. Trust hard. Trust completely. And you won't be let down. Spirit will not fail you. When your intent is pure, when you can truly trust and know that the reason they are here is because they are trying to teach and guide you, you will have the knowing, the faith in their works through you. Your soul will glow with the love and the pure light of the one true God. Take this as the truth that Spirit has brought forward for you to listen to today. I have to tell you, I don't know those words. I did not write those words. What has been brought to you today is truly from the divine. I read back through this material after I had corrected all the spelling and spaces and gibberish that it appeared to me to be, and saw the content of it. And it was as new to me as it was to you this morning. Spirit steps in with us if you allow, just like they said, if you give in to trust them and know that they are here for you. They are here to guide you. They don't tell you what to do. They don't always stop you from making mistakes because, like they said, that is your struggle, your path, your way. But trust trust that they are very close beside you and will not fail you. I know some of you know, some of you don't, that I lost my daughter. But I know, I trust, and Spirit has not failed me. They are very close around me. I trust. If you trust that Spirit guides you, educates you, comforts you when you truly need it, trust me, you can get through anything in your path. Nothing can break you when you walk with Spirit close by. I actually have been fortunate enough to have had a spirit guide step in with me, a new spirit guide, since my daughter's passing. To get me through this time, he told me, he will be here. He's the first voice I hear when I wake up in the morning. And he's the last I hear at night. Spirit will not fail you. If you give over your complete trust in them, which a lot of us as spiritualists have learned over the years, they cannot take away the things in your path that you stumble over, the boulders that are set before you. They just help you navigate and go on. They comfort you, they stay with you. We all know, we all have lost loved ones, but like Spirit reminded us today, they're not lost, and they're still very close by. Call on them, they hear you. They really do. Many of you know I have an 11-year-old granddaughter that I've had living with me for years, who's actually the daughter of the daughter I lost 5 weeks ago. She's a spiritualist. You've seen her in here. She's been raised in this religion, 11 years old. And I've asked her, you know your mom's okay, don't you? And she said, yes. I know she's okay. I know she's happy and she's surrounded by loved ones. She says, I don't worry about her. She says, I have to accept that she's gone from the physical. But at the same time, she's smart enough to know. She calls on her mother, she talks to her mother, and she knows her mother's there. 11 years old. And this is something that she's going to carry forward the remainder of her life, which is a long time. But one thing she's learned right here in this building, she knows that life goes on. It does not end. We confirm very consistently here that life goes on. So if a child is willing to give in and trust Spirit, let that be a learning lesson for some of us sitting here listening today. The words that Spirit brought in today were meant for all of us to hear. You aren't alone, and your loved ones still are around you. And we're all making our way on their path, even though our paths are varied. Some are possibly more difficult than others. We're all heading towards the light, the one God, the true source of all life, on this side and the other side. So I'll leave that with you, with peace, knowing that those on the other side have attained peace through trust in the Lord and want the best for all of us on our journeys toward that light. Thank you for listening today.